Hi everybody, and welcome to our live feed update show today, 7/15, that would be July the 15th, and, I'm lying. I'm gonna do this as the spoiler show. Well, I'm gonna post it as a spoiler show on the website so that the people that are looking for the spoiler show post can find it. But if you are someone who's watching this in the future, because you were watching the spoiler show, just understand we do these shows daily now, as like your live feed updates kind of in the middle of the day. I try and shoot for doing them between like 2 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But if you miss them when they're live, you can check them out at yourrealityrecaps.com/BB21spoilers. Of course, you can also go to yourrealityrecaps.com/BB21. They're also in the playlist on the top of that page too. But that page has all of our stuff in it, like all of our Big Brother shows and recaps, like the show we just did with Matt Hoffman. But if you just want the daily shows, they are at BB21spoilers /BB21spoilers on our website. Of course, if you are over there, you can also see your placement in the trash draft, get flashback times, see the past shows, and so much more. Of course, if you are watching it in the future, don't forget, thumbs up and subscribe. Click the bell, leave a comment below if you're watching in YouTube, or a 5-star rating and a nice review on iTunes is super appreciated. I'm pretty sure you guys all have the feeds now, so we don't care about that anymore, but what we do care about is live feed updaters, and we could really use a few more. So if you love talking about the live feeds, if you just want to help support us in a way that's totally free, consider becoming a live feed updater at yourrealityrecaps.com/updaters. Yay! Oh, I see Kentucky Girl in the chat is saying, yes, please come join us. What chat, Eric? I'm watching this right now, not when you're live and I don't see a chat room. Well, that's because we're live right now on TV Co. So make sure you follow us over there. yourrealityrecaps.com/TV Co. It's where we do the shows live, originally. And then, of course, after the fact, we post them everywhere. And yes, we are still on YouNow every single day, but just our Big Brother shows are over on TV Co. And now, lastly, if you are doing your Prime Day shopping today, it is the 15th and tomorrow the 16th, lots of deals on Amazon. Consider using our link, yourrealityrecaps.com/Amazon, to start all of your Amazon shopping. It is a really great way to help support us, and you don't pay any more. Of course, you could always become a patron, yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. What are the benefits? I'm not telling you. Or you could do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. But really, just go do Amazon, everybody. And trust me, patron's great, but I'm trying to shorten the intro and it's not helping. It's not working. Because we have so much to get to on this show. I am over the moon with the drama that we have had in the past 2 days on the feeds. Of course, all starting with the sit down between Bella and Nicole. So I think, when we last left off, we had found out that Nick and Bella went and confirmed the information that Nicole told to them, that the people from their Grateful Alliance were coming after them. And now Nicole is just very upset, and she just doesn't understand why Bella and Nick would backstab them. So, let's see quickly and comment on the way this little sit-down is going to go. Here we go.
Do you want to talk?
Do you want to talk?
I love you both. Let the talk commence.
Tommy's just gonna mediate.
Tommy, I love you both, but I'm here to instigate shit and then do what I want with that. Okay, go.
I'm emotional
Yeah.
because I came to you in confidence.
Yeah.
And we had a heart-to-heart, and you confided in me, and I confided in you.
Yeah.
And that was my way of putting my trust in you.
Okay, thank you.
And I feel like there was no need for you to then go and announce it to the entire house. I feel like that was pretty shitty.
Nicole, you've talked for 4 seconds. Your time for talking is almost up.
I hear what you're saying, and I think the reason that I felt the need to do that is because you said a lot of things that made that it's not that I didn't immediately trust you. It's just that I also have a lot of other connections in the house, and some of it didn't make sense. And when I started to question that, if you don't mind letting me finish.
Look, bitch, if you don't mind letting me finish, I know that you are sitting over there and you're not even talking. I know that you are wrapped up in your blanket and it looks like a Snuggie, which is not a fashion statement. However, if you could just let me finish with your not interrupting or talking in any way, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
I just it didn't make sense to me. And then once I thought about the timeline and how it was, and then how Nick went right to nominations.
Yeah.
And with all that information, I mean, it made me feel very uneasy. So I voiced that to Nick.
I voiced it.
And
with
because
my
it
voice
did have
words.
to do with him, and we agreed that I was probably going to tell Nick anyways, which I did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But once me and Nick talked about it, Nick also has his own connection. So me and
So, here's the thing, Nicole. Here's what I'm going to need you to understand, okay? There's, you in the game, okay? And then you know people, okay? Got it? Right, check, okay? Then I conferred with the timeline, and it turns out Nick also in this game knows people in said timeline. And also, guess who else is in the timeline? I am. So when words are said and people are in the house timeline, in this reality, we have to talk about things, okay, Nicole? So I'd appreciate it if you just sit over there, shut the fuck up and let me finish what I'm saying, okay? Shut up, Snuggie. I'm not done.
and Nick are also separate people.
Yeah,
so,
but we're separate in the
I can feel
timeline.
some way, but when I discuss it with Nick, he can feel some way totally different.
Right.
And so he has his other connections in the house, and he questioned the type of information that you gave us.
Right.
And so we decided, okay, you know what? And then Tommy happened to walk in.
Yeah.
I really did just
And
happen to walk in.
completely
Tommy just
unrelated,
happened
not
to be
even-
there. He's like the gay little gremlin. He's like the gay little gremlin. He'll pop out under a bed. You never know where he is. He's just like, hey, guess who's here? I am. Oh, gonna stir the shit today. Let's go.
we were seeking his advice or anything. And in the moment, I was so oh my God. And Tommy's someone that me and Nick trust a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, I
Nice,
just
dude.
heard this absolute crazy information. I feel so unsafe.
I feel so unsafe from this crazy information. Okay. Now look, this is a very, 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 very long scene. So basically, I'm going to skip now to the end. So that was kind of how it started. Basically, Bella just being like, I don't like the information that you gave to me, and when you gave me the information, when I handled it, and then there was a disruption in the force of the timeline to the house, and then I had to go to Nick, and Nick suffers from anxiety, so he did not know how to handle the disruption in the house force. So then obviously we had to destroy your game, because 1 + 1 = 2 in this matrix, bitch. And by the way, don't talk. By the way, don't talk. Okay. Here's kind of how it ended, just when you thought that things couldn't get any worse.
That we were bullying you, and that Sis was taking you into here to make sure that you were still not being bullied. That's what you said. Versus it's so strange to me that Sis, Holly, and Christie all said that, like, no, you were crying to them, saying
Crying.
Nick and I were bullying you, when all we were
Bullies.
doing was was telling you there's no, like, Nick loves you, Nick
Nick's in
appreciates
love
who
with
you are as a person, he respects you. I think what you're doing here, and you, like, what I thought what you were doing here was amazing, being your own person and all this and everything that we shared.
Yeah, we're
and
sharers.
for you to say that was we were bullying you is obnoxious. It's a lie.
Liar.
I don't know how you can look people in the eye and create something like that. I think it's disrespectful to the game. I think it dishonors what you should have brought into this game. And I don't need it. Like, I just had this huge conversation with...
Okay, so just to be clear, I just want you to know that when you use the word bully, I think it makes you a horrific, monster, horrible, dirtbag, trash person. I think that when you use the word bully, you actually have no self-respect left. I think that you are on the level of rapists and murderers and people that commit felony crimes that you should be locked away in a jail for using the word bully. Okay? I don't care about your feeling words. Now, it doesn't matter that Nick is a therapist and we therapists want you to use feeling words. But in your case, we don't want you to use feeling words. Basically, I'm Nick's receptionist. That's not meant to be racist. You know what I'm saying? I'm the keeper of Nick's information. And we're here to tell you that we don't like your bully word.
With Kemi, and it's like, well, you and Kemi were really close in the days leading up to it, and it questions, like, all the conversations we had thus far.
In the
So,
timeline.
given this all,
Given it.
a lot of us don't really feel the need to talk to you. If you want to have your one-on-one with Nick, that's fine. That's your decision to make. But I'm telling you, like, I have zero trust in you.
Zero.
I don't really want to have this conversation ever again. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think
will.
about it. It makes me
Spoiler alert.
sick that two people that I really trusted in this house would want to go and throw my name in the dirt when America will clearly see all I have said is nice things.
Only.
And I'm not a bully.
No.
And you're laughing right now, but, like, that's because
We're
like,
all laughing at
I
you.
don't
Because-
know. I don't know. I'm not here. I'm sorry. I'm not here to listen.
I'm not here to
anymore.
listen.
Oh, so you were just here to
Well, you
rant
wanted
a
me-
lie at me.
Oh,
And I let her speak.
yeah.
I let her
Tommy,
speak.
That's fine.
where's the gay?
Good, because, you know, sometimes in
I
life,
let you speak.
things don't
I'm not-
always go your way, Nicole.
Yep.
So I'm done. I'm going to bed. And you can
So-
think about the... no, actually,
So
because
you can-
I made a decision
so
and then
you
I changed
can
my
rant at
mind.
me.
I made a decision.
you
I
can
changed my
rant at
mind.
me.
And before I raise my voice,
And then
I'm going to
not
leave.
even
So
have this.
I think that
Guys.
sounds good.
My first duty as mediator.
So...
Let's
You
just
did a
let's-
great
I
job,
think
Tommy.
Let's call it a
I feel
break.
better. Thank you.
Let's call it a break.
Let's call it a break. Great job, Tommy. Bravo. You mediated that perfectly, Tommy. Loved it. Spoiler alert, they're going to talk about it a few more times. We're going to talk about it a few more times. And by the way, now if I was Tommy in these future mediations, I would be like, okay, Bella, if you leave, threaten to leave, or do not listen and hear the other person out, you are no longer allowed to participate in any mediated conversations. Was she talking to Nicole like that? Yes. That's who she was talking to. That was her and Nicole. This is the aftermath of of what we saw last on the TV show of Nicole being called out for putting her trust in to Bella and Nick and telling them what was said. So now, you know, first of all, poor Nicole. Poor Nicole in all of this doesn't know what to do. And I mean, this is the point when, like, a lot of people are just feeling horrible for Nicole. Because obviously, she is kind of being, you know, just bombarded by these people in a very unfair way. Miss Jenny Talley says, she thinks she's so mature, but she sounds like a freshman in high school. I completely agree. I think that Bella has no leg really to stand on here. They did not need to call anybody out, is the thing. Like, there was no need for Bella to even have that conversation with Nicole, nor was there, I mean, yes, I'm a little bit on Nick's side, only in the sense that the biggest flaws in Big Brother happen when you just take what the other person says to you as truth. You definitely do want to see if you're able to confirm, you know, the things that you have heard or the things that people are telling you, obviously. Otherwise, people can just railroad over, you know, your whole entire game. Hi, Caspi. Hello. Okay, so then, as we move along from that, I think it was probably like the next day. Yeah, Bella's the legend in her own mind. I agree. So then I believe it is now the next day that Nick has decided to allow Nicole to have a conversation with her. Nick has decided to allow it. It has gone on for a while. Basically, Nick comes into the room. He is talking to Nicole. Tommy's there. And, like, everybody kind of comes in, like, one by one. Everybody's, you know, coming. Well, not everybody. I don't think Jack was in there. Not Jackson. I believe they were out there making food. Kemi, Jessica were talking. So there's, like, there were a lot of people not in the room for it. I'm going to play this clip first, and then I am going to fill in the blanks.
Don't go and tell Kat that she should be worried about me and Nick.
I didn't say that.
Stop that. Nicole, just stop getting caught in lies.
Bella,
please.
I didn't say
Bella.
it. You know what? I'm just gonna come out and say it. Like, at this point, like, I don't even give a fuck. It's you. I think everybody in this room's aware of it. Everybody in this house is aware of it. You manipulate, you twist, you lie, you make up stuff. You take what people tell you and you just flip it. And that's evident
Yeah, flip
in the
flop.
fact that you told me yesterday in the room that you trust me. Oh, I knew it. I knew I couldn't trust any of these people. I knew they were coming after me.
I mean, yeah,
And
everyone's
then-
allowed to feel paranoid.
and then you flip it.
And with the information you gave me, I was like, oh, wow, she just gave me information to justify my paranoia. Every single person in this house has paranoia, Nicole. You're caught on a lie. You're
And
using
you know what it is? I feel
yourself
so bad
as
'cause
like, oh,
I'm
need
just gonna come out and say
people
it. Like, I
to-
respect you so much as a person and
Because
as a
he
game
just
player.
respected that
and
he just because
you
all
can
he
make
did
it
was
so
gas you
far
up
and
about your
clear,
gameplay.
and you
But
are
guess what,
being
Nicole?
dragged
Your game
down. I'm
fucking
telling you.
fell down, and
I
now
am
you're
telling
fucking
you, you're being
scrambling.
dragged down.
You're being dragged down, and I'm telling you that as someone who I'm aware lives in New Jersey. There is no more down dragging to be in a place in time as there is New Jersey, and Bella has figured a way to drag you down more. Nick, just letting you know. I mean, Nick, I loved it. I loved that Nicole was like, I don't have anything else to lose anymore. It is over. It is done. Bella, it's you. Because after just going around in circles with, you know, Nick, Nicole was very much pleading her case to Nick and being like, I confided in you. I knew I needed it. I knew I needed to put my trust in somebody in this game. Yes, I am an awkward person, so that is very hard for me. Nicole's a skinny legend, says Denise. Yes, Nicole is a skinny legend. She's like, I knew I needed to trust people in this game, so I put that trust into you guys, and it backfired. It completely blew up in my face, and now that's why we're here. And, Nick was kind of like, but it makes me question everything. It makes me question everything that you say. Like, I don't even know what's real. Like, do you really have anxiety? Are you really an anxious person? Like, we were like anxious buddies. We were like anxious friends that could hang out and talk together and talk about our anxieties. So, like, I feel like you betrayed my feeling bad for you every morning and making sure that you're eating because of your anxiety. And I feel like you betrayed me on that. Now, look. I agree. Nick is being a douche for bringing up the whole do you really have anxiety thing to her. Hands down, 100%. That was definitely a douchey thing to bring up. I don't think it was as calculated as a lot of people on Twitter made it seem, like he was trying to discredit her mental illness. I don't think it's any of that. I think Nick really felt betrayed by her in that moment and actually was thinking, are you lying about this? Because it's not like Nick knows the truth. See, like, the difference between Nick having his conversation with Nicole and Bella having her conversation with Nicole, people know that Bella's a liar. Bella knows that in certain situations she is lying and actually twisting what Nicole has said, and then she twists what Nicole says to Nick. So I'm just saying, in Nick's mind, his information is the truth. It's not like Nick is lying and creating this whole big show to try and make Nicole look bad in the way that Bella does. Nick probably really does feel hurt because he believes Bella more than Nicole and is questioning, is your anxiety really real? Like, if you're lying to us about this and that, were you lying about that? Were you trying to manipulate me when I was trying to help you on a personal level? Because this cast is very interesting. They do share a lot of personal information with each other, which, yes, all casts do. But it's interesting because they almost use it against each other, but then also say that they're not using it against each other and are still able to play the game. So it's very weird, this whole dynamic that they had. Miss Janny Tally says, Nick is the worst therapist in the world. And Lost and Cruz says, they even share STDs. We will get there. What about the mysterious rash going on? Oh, all right, fine. Do you want to? I don't know. I don't think that I have the clip of it. But yeah, basically, some of the ladies in the house are getting like bumps on their no places. I mean, Beth, Holly, but I thought somebody else did too. Didn't Kat say that she was also? I thought Kat also said she had an issue. I'm just saying, if we were looking for a, what is that called? Subject X? Ground Zero? Agent X? What is it called when you're the first person in an outbreak, or where you're the cause of the outbreak? Patient Zero. Thank you. I knew I was close. Thanks, Cal McFour. Anyway, it seems to be that Jackson has STDs and is spreading them around the house. Allegedly. Beth is Holly, yes. The reason Walls in the chat wants to know who is Beth. Beth is Holly because when David came back into the house, he called Holly Beth. Because, so forgettable. So that's why people call Beth Holly, just in the same exact way that people call... well, it's not the same exact way that people call Jackson Mickey, because on the show we're calling him Mickey, but in the house they're calling him Jackson, although I have seen recently they have started calling him Mickey now. So now on the feeds, they're actually calling him Mickey now, which I don't like it. I feel like we could 100% have handled him being called Jackson on the feed. So I don't know why. All right, I saw people were saying you did want to see some of the actual conversation between Nicole and, oh my god, I want to say Nicole and Cliff, between Nicole and Nick. So yes, we can do that if you want to see it. STDs off the off the Mickey D dollar special. Oh god. Just, I mean, look. Ugh. Could everybody just be cool? Could everybody not be like crazy Big Brother people? I hope that people that watch this show are not crazy Big Brother people. Because, again, people's families are off limits. You don't attack people's families. You don't try and get people fired from their jobs because of stuff on this show. Whatever. My point is, what I was going to say, but then I was like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't, was, his mom is watching the feeds. You know that his mom in real time is learning that her precious little angel is spreading STDs around the Big Brother house. Like, up until this point. You just remember his intro? And she's like, oh, hi, honey, I'll pet your head. Aren't you the most precious angel? Do you need me to buy you some food or make you food today? What would you like? Do you want that? Blah, blah. Okay, angel, precious, darling. Now she's probably watching the feeds, like, crying with a box of tissues. She's like, my baby. My baby got the dick pox. And he's giving it to the ladies. Spreading his seed. She was gonna have like some like intervention of death around her. Oh, Debbie Dawn, you got it working. Great. Welcome, Debbie Dawn. Welcome. Do they not test for that? I don't want to brag, but I've never had an STD, so I don't know the way that it works. But from what I understand, like, isn't it like dormant? Like, doesn't it come out? Oh, I guess it's not true. I do have my mouth herpes. I don't know. I don't understand the way STDs work. Sorry. I'm just over here being gay. It's you straight people that like to spread your diseases everywhere. We're careful. You're welcome. I can't believe they let Jackson on the show with his documented assault record. I know, that's another new fun little bit of information that has come out. I was going to save that for the end, for the Twitter drama. Like I said, there is so much because we didn't have a show yesterday. We had to do our patron show yesterday, so we didn't have a live feed update show yesterday. But yeah, there was a lot of Twitter drama between his domestic abuse record and Audrey. I am putting a note to remember to talk about that at the end. Okay. So we'll get to it. I have all the information for you. I even have up to the minute information of what just happened moments before we went live with Nick and Ovi in the kitchen. And by the way, for people that came in late, you could help me out. If there's a clip of the interaction between Nick and Ovi in the kitchen on Twitter, somebody tweet me it so that I can pull it up instead of just explaining it, but we'll see. It should be, yes, and then of course the Christie thing as well. Yes, I know, I have all the info, don't you worry. But here, for those of you that wanted to see a little bit of the Nick conversation with Nicole, not just the end.
At me, and then left the room.
Okay.
Yeah, and I am explaining to you the reason why I did that was because I wanted to get in my piece.
Nick
because after hearing your story,
in the corner.
Everything blew up. I told you that
everything blew up because you chose.
You chose.
I don't think
not to talk to people individually.
I don't think that this part will is productive.
Yeah.
Just saying that out loud.
This part isn't productive because this part could come out how I was in the room on this part. And I don't need anything coming back at me being the fucking instigator that nobody has yet realized that I am the instigator. So if we could just skip over the part which has to do with talking about things that could come back to haunt me, I would really appreciate it. Okay, ladies? Okay, ladies. Go ahead now.
Yeah.
Jump
I
in
think
if
we
you
can
think,
move
but
on.
Jump in if
you
you
said
agree.
is not productive.
Yeah.
Like,
So
Jump
if
in.
you guys want to sit down and like get it all out and like have a productive conversation that we can like move forward and like, you know,
And
I don't
bury
think
my
things-
I don't even really
involvement.
think
That
there's moving
sounds good.
forward. I think one side says their side, the other says the other side. You guys most likely aren't going to agree with what you guys say, and then you just fucking move on.
Move it.
move on. Yeah.
Like, if
But-
you guys don't like each other, that's fine.
If you guys don't like each other,
Like, it
that's
is what
fine.
it is.
I love you with all my heart, and I respect you,
No, you
both
don't.
in this game and out of it.
No,
And
you
I
don't.
think that's what hurts me the most. That I felt that we had a heart to heart yesterday in the HOH room. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I put all my eggs in your basket. I put all my trust in you. I told you the things that I have heard and I've been told, unfabricated, unfiltered. I said this.
Unfabricated, unfiltered. We get it, Nicole. Okay, so Nicole, I'm trying to find where the and by the way, Power of Cheeto, who we love here, Power of Cheeto, on Twitter, one at Power of Cheeto, one on Twitter, always has many of the good clips. I wouldn't make it in BB. My mouth is too sick. Yeah, I would not make it on Big Brother either, I don't think. I used to think that I would, but honestly, I no longer do. The part of the Nick conversation with Nicole that really bothered me, I need what's her name to get out of here in order to bring it up. Okay, wait, here we go. I think this is it. This is really the best part of this conversation.
Yeah, Bella is a snake to you guys because me and Bella are doing the same shit.
Right.
I don't know why she's getting more of the blame of it. It's really me, to be honest with you.
But I think just the fact that you and I can have an adult conversation right now.
All right, but
I
I understand her, but she's 22 years old. Like, she's still very young. She is a little bit immature, but like, don't make her like sound like this bad person. She's not a bad person.
She's not a horrible person.
But you're kind of like
is a
dogging her a
horrible
little
person.
bit. Like,
And-
I could be saying shit about you. I'm not. I'm keeping it very respectful. Like, just I respect that you don't like her, and that's fine. I respect your opinion. Hopefully, I'm not telling you to like her. I'm not telling you to have a certain opinion for her. But like, don't
Thank you.
don't say these names and shit. Like, really, other people. You might have a couple
I-
people feel, but like, I wouldn't say the majority of the house do. Maybe I'm oblivious. I don't know when I look back.
Okay, so I do apologize for saying that because that was a very generalized statement.
Yes.
I felt that way, and Tommy was not going to test, but was in the room.
Here, that was a very general statement. Let me be more specific. Bella's a bitch. Bella goes around, twists things everybody says, lies, manipulates you. For some reason, you don't see it because you're dickmatized. Is that a more specific, non-generalized way to say it, Nick?
When she called me disgusting, so that's where
Okay, I'm sure she
my
did. I'm sure she
defensiveness
did.
of that
She's 22. She's making mistakes, and
So-
you could take that how you want. She probably was in the wrong there. Whatever.
She probably
might
was
not
in the
admit
wrong
it, but
there.
I can admit it for her.
But with that being said, and I apologize if it's coming across as me attacking her, because that's the thing. Like, I don't things are not my intent, and sometimes the way they come out is not the way I mean them. I have the utmost respect for the two of you, the
utmost.
utmost love for the two of you, and quite honestly, as fucked up as it is, the utmost trust in the two of you, and that was why
I respect that you trusted me too,
I
and
opened up to her yesterday, and it was.
Nicole, the
possibly
only
the
reason your
stupidest thing,
name even came up was because when we brought up what we heard, and then others people that were pinned against us brought up what they heard, the only common denominator was you. So that's the only reason we found out. If what you said was true,
Right,
but
here
I'm
we go.
not saying it isn't, but if what you said was true, they would have reacted a different way. Like, it was, I can't, Tommy was in there, it was instantaneous. I mean, Sis's
Tommy.
and Christie's face were dumb. And if we let you into their room, which was my decision not to, like, you would have got annihilated. Like, it would have been really personal. That would not have been good. I was not going to let you get attacked like that. Regardless of how bad I felt of what happened, I was not going to let that happen. It would have been 8-on-1, and there were people fucking with teeth out, blood dry.
Right. Now, look, again, it's, difficult because I feel like sometimes I need to represent both sides, doing this alone. And I don't have anyone to argue with, so I have to do both roles. Here's what I'm going to say. I know that a lot of people were very upset by that meeting when everybody was going in after Nicole. However, if what Nick is saying there is true, it does make me feel a little bit better on Nick's role in that when it was actually happening. If Nick's thought process really was to protect Nicole, to keep her out of that room, then I feel a little bit better. I don't feel great. I think Nick is still a douche. I think Nick is still a giant douche. And I mean, he said many more things to her in this conversation. Like, we're not going to be friends after this. And if I get out of the house and find out that it was all true and you didn't lie, I'm going to apologize to you. But, again, you can do what you want. You can have whatever conversations you want. But I'm not going to talk to you unless there are other people in the room. So unless Tommy is there or Annalise is there, I'm never having a one-on-one conversation with you again. And we're not going to be friends. And I would suggest that you not talk to Bella either, but I just want you to know that I love and respect you and want you to feel comfortable in this house. And, by the way, that is not me paraphrasing or being funny. Those were literally his words. He literally in one breath was saying to her, this is your home, and if anybody is making you feel uncomfortable, you need to let me know. I will make sure that you are not treated poorly in this house. This is your home. You should feel comfortable here. And then literally in the next breath, but just so you know, we are not friends. I will not talk to you unless other people are present. I do not want you talking to Bella. It's never gonna go anywhere. Don't share your feelings. I'm like, I don't understand you, Nick. I don't understand you. He's a ridiculous little man, Debbie Dawn. Nick will need all the time when he gets out of the house to find a new job, so no time to hang with Nicole anyway. I don't know. Again, I feel very torn. I feel very torn by that. I want to believe that Nick is playing a game. I want to believe that all these people are playing a game and that hopefully this is not how they are in the real world with people in their jobs and their real life. Again, and I know that it is hard because I have to remind myself as well, the game is about lying and manipulating people. So yes, it is unfortunate if your real life job involves helping and mentoring and inspiring people, and then you go to play a game about lying, cheating, and manipulating people. A mental game. It's a very fine line. It is not black and white. But I personally would never want anybody to lose their jobs and their livelihood over what they do in this game. I think this game can be an opportunity for growing and learning, and you might come out of this house and see things and learn about yourself and find out that is a horrible aspect of my personality, and I do think that people have the ability to change. That's what I hope comes out of it. I do hope that people don't have, like, their careers ruined over this game. Playing or not, his employer can't be impressed with his behavior. Again, if you put that on Nick and say his behavior playing this game should affect him in his real life, then Is it like you could apply it across the board? Does every employer get to see everything that we do across the board, and then that doesn't affect how we do our jobs, and then we are responsible? It's slippery slope. Slippery slope, and it's too deep for Big Brother. It's too deep of a pool to dive into on Big Brother. Can't we just let them all be douches on the show, come out, hold them accountable for being douches on the show, give them an opportunity to reply and hopefully change? And then look, and then once they're out of the show, if they're still the douches in the real world and still being horrific people, then 100%, then I think it's justifiable. But for things that they're doing and saying in a game about lying and manipulating people, no. I don't. But what employers do... Look, I'm not saying that my opinion is the correct opinion. You can have whatever opinion, you want. I guess my opinion comes from a place of, I was fired for being gay. I was fired from a job that I loved just simply because they found out that I was gay. And in a lot of ways, it changed my life. So, it did not affect my job at all. But, you're gay and we can fire you for that. And it's, it sucks. So, I completely admit, I bring my baggage in to this situation. And I'm also not necessarily saying, like specifically targeting it towards the racist comments and those types of things. 100%, I think that can be a factor in what happens to these people. I'm more specifically talking about Nick. Nick really hasn't, not even in this conversation. I don't feel that he's done something that is so egregious that he should lose his job over. I don't think him questioning Nicole's anxiety is a reason for him to not be a therapist anymore. Again, I explained it in the beginning of the show. It's a difference between his conversation with Nicole and Bella's conversation with Nicole, and that Nick wasn't having this to try and, make her look bad. And I mean, look, they're all horrible. They are all horrible. And yeah, so Wall says, I completely agree about the racism. That has no part in this game. But the cheating, lying, manipulating is great. Right. And all Nick really is doing right now is kind of just lying, manipulating, twisting, and trying to get things. He's not like doing anything horrific to Nicole. And he even though it's messed up, as I said, I think Nick has this battle within his own brain, because yes, he is saying these things to Nicole, but he's also ending it with, I want you to feel comfortable in this house. I want you to feel safe. I don't want you to feel ostracized. He didn't need to say any of that. I think that is the part of Nick where, like, the part of him that wants to play this game and knows he's very good at playing this game battles with the part of him that's like, you also need to care about people's mental health. I just think it's not as black and white as everybody makes it seem in the Nick situation. I'm specifically right now talking about the Nick situation. When it comes to, like, the racism and the racist stuff and that has nothing to do with the game. And that is apparently how they are as people. That is a different situation. But I'm specifically talking about Nick and people who are like, Nick should never be allowed to be a therapist again. And that's just as of right this moment. In 2 weeks from now, Nick could do something absolutely horrific that could make me change my mind. It is Big Brother season, and I do say I reserve the right to be a hypocrite. That is my right. I reserve the right to be a hypocrite. And all these are adults who are really playing or willingly playing a game. And that's a good point too. I think that is the last part that I do never say. And again, I don't necessarily like defending these people. But again, I just feel like I need to try and express both sides a little bit when we do this. But yeah, that is the most important part. all of these people signed up to play this game. All of these people knew what was going to happen, and it's a game for money. This is not just happening to the regular bystander, in a restaurant. This is happening to people that signed up for a game about lying, manipulating, and to win a prize, and yada yada. So, that being said, I think this is the perfect time to show the next super fun clip that I have that could hopefully, maybe, possibly lighten the mood a bit. Because it seems that after this conversation that Nick had with Nicole, he was really just so proud of how well Tommy mediated the conversation, he decided to repay Tommy with a little bit of love. With just like a little bit of, his own special way of letting Tommy know, I really care about you, fellow gay. And I would like you to know I think you did a great job mediating. Thanks for having my back. Now I'm gonna get on yours. Oh, if you're watching the audio-only version of this, let's just say Nick dry humps Tommy for a fun time. And just remember, it's not the first time we saw our precious little Nick do that. I think Nick might have a secret. I think Nick might have a secret. Now look, just when you think it's safe to go back into the water. So now, I would like to be clear again. Here is where we have left off now. Here is what we have seen the live feeders so far. We have watched Nicole and Bella go at it. Okay? We have then watched Nick come in. Nick and Nicole have their whole thing. And in that Nick conversation, Nick very much alluded to Nicole, you're going on the block. You are going to be the person, like if somebody wins this veto, you are going to be the person that is the nominee. So you should just probably enjoy the time that you have in this house. Again, I want you to feel comfortable, and if you're feeling uncomfortable, let me know, but I'm just letting you know you probably want to enjoy the time that you have left. And I think a lot of us who are huge Nicole fans felt very much like this was the end. Nicole's game is done. I don't know what else could possibly happen to save Nicole's game. I mean, it was good feeds and drama and twists and turns. And then that little gay gremlin provided us with the sliver of hope that we needed immediately following that Nicole and Nick conversation in the storage room.
Yep. He was the ringleader of a 5-person fake alliance against who we're already working with. Mm-hmm. I'm not into it. Yep. And I have a really, really powerful veto power. So let them fuck with me. I'm playing nice. I'm going to use the veto because I'm going to win it. And I'm
We
gonna,
have to.
And I'm
We
gonna
have
pull
to
Jess down.
balance right now. We can't.
Yeah, no, I'm not reacting. Bella doesn't know that I'm upset. I'm gonna pull Jess down because she picked me.
Pull Jess down.
And I gave Nick my word that I'm using it.
Yeah.
But I'm not voting out Nicole. It's not good for my game, and I don't care if I'm the only one. I'm not voting her out.
Mm. Yeah, Nicole won't come after us, but like, here's the thing. And I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. But if six shooters were to approach Nicole and say, we believe you, we want to work with you at this point, what would that do?
Mm-hmm.
What would
We're
it
not gonna even tell her.
Well, later, once she's up, and then say we want to not pull you out, we want to go clip it.
I think we should tell her literally 5 minutes before eviction.
Literally.
See what, like, yeah.
Literally.
Literally.
We don't tell anyone until 5 minutes.
I say when she comes off the fucking block alive, we go, we were the fucking 7 votes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because here's the other fucked up
That's
thing.
true,
That
that's true.
Nick just...
She'll know, and we'll say, it was Holly, it was this, it was this, it was this,
Yeah.
it was this.
That's
we
it.
knew you weren't lying. We had to let you float because we had to flip this thing on
And we didn't want information out or anybody scrambling, yeah.
But that's if you win veto and you take Jess off the block, this
I'm
can
going
go
to.
7 different other
She's gonna win it. She manifested
But
it.
you know what I really want to do?
I'll go fuck myself.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
is go fuck yourself. Okay, look. This was such a big moment where they all kind of realize we believe Nicole. We can't come out and say that we believe Nicole, because if we come out and say that we believe Nicole, Nick is still the HOH, there's still the POV at this point. There is still the POV to be played. We don't want one of us to go on the block. So A, we cannot talk about this with anybody, and B, we cannot tell Nicole that we're going to save her. Cut to like 5 minutes later when Christie is telling people. Every single clip. Why are people saying she had just been in the DR before this? She never wanted Nicole out. Why are people saying she had just been in the DR before this? I have no idea. I don't know why people are saying that. So Christie is one of the people that realize Nicole is better for our game. Tommy realizes it. Tommy realizes that Nick was kind of bullying, even though you know how I feel. I'm not taking on that debate. We have enough debates to take on this season. I am not taking on the using the word bullying in the Big Brother house debate this season. I'm just using their words. So Tommy does feel that Nick was bullying, and Jack does think it's best for their games. Now, also, as Debbie Dawn says, these people change their minds up to the minute. As we know, there has been late breaking news, but they all wanted to do this. However, Nick did get wind of the fact that they would want to keep Nicole. Now, you also have to understand, they're not, yes, they believe Nicole, but they're not even really necessarily saying they want to keep Nicole because Nicole, they want to work with Nicole or she's going to be amazing. Yes, I'm sure they're going to try and bring her in if this plan gets executed, but it's more so they want to guarantee they want to guarantee Cliff goes out. Because what Nick doesn't realize is that Cliff actually could be a number on his side. And, Grateful / six shooters, they don't trust Nick. Nick has made a Cliff, I'm sorry. They don't trust Nick either. But they don't trust Cliff. Cliff has said in his morning show that he wants to go after couples. He wants to target these people. So they want Cliff out for those reasons. Sharon says, yeah, I won't believe it until after Nicole is not evicted Thursday. I think if this plan goes through, there is a very good chance. I think we just need this plan to go through and be executed. Now, after the meeting, Bella was very upset. She was like, Nick, I don't like the way that you talked to me in that meeting with Nicole. You didn't have my back. The whole time I was arguing, you kept saying, I kept defending you in my argument. My argument was all, I don't like how you talk about Nick, and I don't like that you labeled Nick a bully, and I don't like that you say bad things about Nick. But then when it was your turn, you didn't defend me at all. You just kept making your own points, and you made me look bad. Oh my God, she is so 22. She is the most 22-year-old I've ever seen. Thank God for Kat and her comedy relief wearing that damn Veto around her neck all day and night. That was the best. The next morning, okay, so then they play the Power of Veto comp. Kat ends up winning. We know, or patrons knew, that Caitlyn was the one hosting the comp, and that it was the haunting of Caitlyn, I believe. It's going to be a comp in homage to Caitlyn's 6-piece puzzle. But it was actually Kat, of all people, who win this competition. And it also came out on the live feeds that Caitlyn kind of yelled at them. Caitlyn said to them, "We hear everything you're saying. Stop talking badly about us." Now, there are people that feel she was talking about alumni, and then there are other people that are like, oh, I think she's just trying to let them know we really are hearing everything. Caitlyn wouldn't be able to go in there and be like, we're all listening to everything and you all are coming off horrible, because that would be influencing the game. She is allowed to say, stop talking about us, meaning alumni. But I think either way, the point kind of comes across, and it has led some of them to believe, I think it was Jackson today. I believe it was Jack and Jackson today. Jack can correct me if I'm wrong. That said something like, maybe we're not liked because it seemed like Casey, Tyler, and Caitlyn all didn't like us when they came into the house. Oh, you think? You think? Who knew that Kat was going to be our comedy this season? I know. Okay, so Kat wins the POV. It was Jackson. Okay, good. I was right. There's a lot of information I'm trying to give you. So Kat wins the POV. The next morning, like, we're all watching the feeds, like, we're all waking up. Oh, it's morning time. Let's put the feeds on. We look. Kat kind of sits up in bed. She sits up. She's wearing the POV. Now, let me just explain something to you. They take it back from you in the DR. After you do your DR session of your explaining the comp and holding the thing and, ooh, I won and it's so great, production takes it back to you. The fact that Kat still had it and was wearing it around her neck means she told production, no, I want to wear it. I want to go to sleep in it. Let me keep it until the next POV. That to me is hysterical. She is a special kind of stupid that I love. She is so precious that I think she is just amazing comic relief. You have got to love her. Okay, so moving on from there. Okay, and now Kat has won it. Is she going to use it? Yes, she might use it, or she was definitely going to use it. We still have more clips. We have a lot to get through. Kat was going to use it. But Nick, like I said, did kind of get the feeling like, is something going on? Is something weird? Like Nick and Bella both did. So basically the 6 shooters who kind of all came together and were really the ones that decided we're saving Nicole, they were like, we need to do Operation make Bella feel like we're anti-Nicole. So if you missed that conversation and you have seen a lot of people being with like Nick and Bella and berating Nicole or just trying to be over the top extra to let them know, of course we're going to vote her out. Of course we're going to, go after her. That's why they're doing it. They are trying to make Nick and Bella not have any clue that they would save Nicole and blindside him. So I think that there's all of that in play. And I know what has happened a little bit ago, but first I just want to show the last conversation, which is now when Nick has finally decided to talk to Kemi about their issues and about Kemi calling him out on eviction night. So here is that.
Can Tommy join or did you?
Sure.
Okay.
Can Tommy join? I don't like to talk to people alone. I need my talk buddy.
So I guess basically after the whole eviction speech, I felt like I left it at game and then you and Bella made it personal.
Mm-hmm.
So I just really didn't appreciate that.
Okay.
Telling a group of people
sorry.
personal things in the DR, not game related things.
Tommy, shut up.
And then, like, especially since pretty much everyone in the house knew when I was like upset the first day, that when I am upset, I like to be alone. So, like, throwing that in my face, I just really didn't appreciate that.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it. I just called you in here to tell you that I didn't appreciate the things that you've done, and I just wanted you to know, and that's it. Now, look, I am not at all saying in any way that I don't like, that I am not a huge fan of Kemi, because I am. I love Kemi. I kind of hope that Kemi is the one that gets voted back in, but I just didn't understand this move on Kemi's part at all. I was very confused at what she was doing here. Like, if you're trying to smooth things over with him, I don't know that, like, calling him in and just being like, I don't like how you acted or what you said about me, and I need you to know it. Obviously, he knows it. I don't know. I felt bad for her. I'm like, this is hurting your game. This is hurting your game. I mean, I know you're out of the game, but you're not really out of the... You know what I'm saying. Okay, let's listen.
For me, I was so upset because I felt like, on a personal level, I really was there for you. Like, just throughout the game, like, I was always talking to you. I actually really like you, and I still do. But, like, for you to say that, like, you kind of, like, threw it out there, and, like, I couldn't defend myself, so I was, like, sort of, like, upset because of Live TV, so I couldn't really respond.
Right.
So, like, I just felt like, if you really felt that, like, I respected your game movement, and I'm not even saying what you said was wrong, but I'm just saying, like, I couldn't defend myself in that situation, so, like, I was just kind of hurt. Like, I wish you would have just, like, I would have rather called a house meeting and fucking blew my spot up than do it where I couldn't respond. So, like, I was kind of, that's the only reason I was like, damn, like, she didn't even give me a chance, like.
But, like, the eviction speech is, like, you're given a chance to say something for a reason.
Yeah.
So, like, I used my opportunity to address something with the, like, platform that I was given at the time. Like, there's a reason why evictions are live.
Right.
So that everything is said without production's interference and whatever the case
does
may be.
production
Still,
interfere?
In that case, I mean, I feel like you would agree that I did leave it to game and that, like, you and Bella made it personal, and, like, that's why for me it was like, you know.
Okay.
It went a step too far.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I took it personal. Like, I took it personally. I'm not saying that I didn't. Like, I was just hurt, I guess. I'm sorry that I did take it personal. Like, that's why, like, I was definitely angry. Like, I'm actually happy that it happened because I don't know if I would have won HOH without it.
Okay, now, he goes on, and it's just a little bit more of that. Now, here's the thing that I would like to know from chat and the people watching this back later in the comments below. You know, Kemi was not happy with the conclusion of their conversation. She definitely felt like he was being a douche to her. I think she called him douche lord. She felt like he was being condescending. Maybe I am totally wrong and I am not watching this through the, like, right perspective or lenses. I did kind of think that he was being sincere in this, but apparently a lot of people feel like, no, he was not being sincere in this conversation. All right, well, here's the ending. Here's the ending. I'll show you the end.
That's all it really was.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you having this conversation with me.
Yeah, well, thank you for sitting me down. And like I said, like, if you ever want to be friends again, if not, like, that's fine. But I still respect you as a person, so. All right?
I respect you, too.
All right, thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Good talk, guys. You guys did it. Amazing.
Thanks.
You guys did it. Such a great job. Great job. You guys did it. Okay, now I want to go home.
I'm ready to go home. Like, flat out. I've had enough of this house.
I feel bad for her.
Go home. Where's my coffee?
Where's my coffee?
I'm sorry I disgusted you. Oh, God. Where's my coffee?
So, basically, you know, she said she thought it was very disgusting that she confided personal stuff in him and that he took her move personally. And Nick said, I'm sorry I'm sorry that I disgusted you. I felt, and again, maybe I'm totally wrong, I thought Nick was being sincere. I didn't get like that douchey vibe from him in this conversation. Because don't get me wrong, there are times when you get the douchey vibe from Nick. There were times in the conversation with Nicole where he was definitely being like a dick to Nicole. I honestly thought he was being like sincere with her and saying, I do care about you, I do respect you in this game. But I am curious as to what you all think, so let me know in the comments below. I do see in chat, I agree with you, Eric. Oh, good. If the feeds are down for noms right now, you can still hit the 3 little buttons on the top and share the show and let people know we're still live over here talking Big Brother. He kept wanting her to say she would still be friends. It did seem like he was trying to build their friendship. Now, again, I'm not saying that my opinion is the correct one. That's why I always like to know what you guys think, so make sure you comment below if you're watching this back and let me know. I see Becca says, no, he was being a douche. All right. I'm just curious as to how we all took that conversation. Let me see if anybody did. Okay, no. Let me just look at my timeline super quick and see if there are any clips of the Nick and Ovi. It looks like Girls Meg on Twitter has done. Now, I'm going to be watching this live with you guys right now, so we'll get to experience this together. It is literally up to the minute breaking news. I just want to see if anybody posted the other clip. I don't see it anywhere. All right. Well, first, let me tell you this. The first thing that happened like 2 minutes before we went live for this show, Nick basically called out Ovi right in the kitchen in front of everybody and went, so tell me about your power. So what does your power do? Can you tell me, I just think it'd be interesting. I would just like to know what your power is about. In front of everyone in the kitchen. Now, by the way, that to me is more of an example of Nick being a douche and attacking someone. That is the way that Nick goes after people when he wants to be like a dick. That's why I think what he was actually, saying with Kemi was sincere. I hope Ovi comes back and the Jax told others his power was the extra toilet. Nick goes passive aggressive. I do kind of agree with that also. Now look, if I was Ovi in that moment, my reply to Nick would have been this. Oh, I'm sorry. Per your rules, I'm not allowed to talk game. Per your precious little rules, I'm not allowed to discuss anything game-related with you, Nick. Did you want to talk game? We probably would have to go and have a little talk with Jax and Jackson to find out if we're allowed to talk game today, Nick. So please, why don't you just let me know? Okay, so it looks like we have 3 clips here. Okay, so that's kind of what happened right before I went live. Then, while I was live, the next bit of drama that happened is apparently Christie had a meltdown. Christie has been crying. Christie no longer wants Kat to use the POV because apparently now Christie is scared that if Kat uses the POV, she is going to be nominated. Now, again, this was all happening during the first hour of this show, so I did not see any of this. We are going to, learn it now together. So here we go.
I'm going up.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I think.
Shh. I'm going up. No.
Kat, I'm going
up.
up.
Are you serious?
I'm going up.
No, why?
Because Mickey's making comments at me all day. Holly was carving like a heart in the cardboard. He goes, carve a flame, a red flame, and I'll light it on fire. And then he turns around and goes, Christie, you never fuck with me, right? I know I'm going up.
No, you can't.
Kat, I'm going up.
You're not going home.
I'm going up and they're going to get me out. Yes, because they think that the 6 of us are a team. I wish I could talk to Jess right now, too. Like, they're putting me up, Kat. I have to stay calm, but I know they're putting me up.
You're doing a good job.
I'm positive. They're putting me up. I heard him, and then I went outside.
What did you hear?
No, because the decision's made.
No, don't freak out. No.
You guys. The decision has been made. Christie is going up. She has really good intuition, everyone. If there is anything that we know in this game, it is that Christie's intuition is spot on. And she's a freaking genius. And she's never wrong. And she knows it. She knows she is going up. Okay, let's see where else this is going to go.
No. You can't. You have the numbers.
I don't trust the boys. I feel like they're all in on it. I don't trust anyone right now.
Girls?
I don't know.
Okay, well, if I take Jess off, it can go up.
I'm going
Jess won't vote to evict you. I won't vote to evict you.
I need 6 and I won't have 6.
Yes, you will.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will.
How won't you
Christie,
have 6?
I will fight for you. I don't care if it's a sword that I die on. I will not let you go home.
I don't know how this happened.
What did you say something about? Like that?
No.
I've never heard you say
anything that I heard.
You're
was
crazy.
That yesterday Val was saying to Sis that she doesn't like how Nick and me act together.
Hey.
I'm going up.
No, you're not.
Oh, here we go.
I'm going up.
I'm going.
Nick was saying a million comments this morning about a red
Or
flame.
two.
But he might be doing that.
I'm
he might be doing that to make
going.
Nicole.
I'm telling you right now, everyone's fine. Kemi just asked me, do you know what's going on? Do you think Nicole's going up? They all are in on it. I'm going.
No, you're not. Christie,
Holly was cutting a heart out of the cardboard, and he goes, why don't you cut a flame, a red flame, so I can light it up? And then he goes, Christie, you never mess with me, right? You never fuck around with me.
Okay, please, everyone, just remember for the future, we don't want to fuck with Christie in any way that has to do with cardboard holes, look, she's very sensitive to paper products is what I am saying. Please do not serve her any meals on a paper plate, a paper napkin. She prefers cloth only. If you are messing with a paper product, she will know it means you're coming for her. Now, thank God, girls, Meg, again, over on Twitter, at GIRLSMEG. Basically, both her and Power of Cheeto really have all of the great video clips. I mean, we can't post the video clips on Twitter because we would get in trouble. But they do, and they can. I mean, they don't get in trouble. I mean, they can, because they don't have to worry about it. So now, apparently, she has had a sit-down with Nick. I can tell by the face she's making here. So let's see what happens here.
No, why?
I didn't mean anything by it, Chris.
With you? Like, why would I mess with you?
How is me asking you about your sleep? Well, doesn't that not make sense?
It was a couple times.
When did I ask you twice? I asked you outside. I said, how did you sleep?
How are you feeling about today? And you're like, I'm excited. And I just felt like it was not like you. Like, I know you. I know my Nick.
I am excited.
Tell him about the cardboard.
Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Tell him about the cardboard. Tell him about how he was cutting out the cardboard, and it's all because of the cardboard flame.
Because I would hate
He'll get it then.
A really super uncomfortable situation to happen. Listen, whether it's you who puts me on the block or anybody else, I'm fine with it.
Christie, stop.
Okay, all right.
Stop. You're actually making me upset.
I'm sorry.
Or you actually can't make anyone feel an emotion.
Right.
But stop.
You know that.
Why would I tell you? You know everything.
Perfect therapist answer. You can't make anyone feel an emotion. And by the way, I don't want you all to attack me right now, but that is actually correct. Nobody actually has the power to make you feel any way. You are in control of your feelings and emotions. says the person who cries at the end of every Modern Family episode. Here we go.
Everything.
Okay.
Why would I ever do that? It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Why would you ever, second guess me that I would ever do that to you?
I don't know. And I guess
but that hurts. You obviously don't trust me. Would you think that if someone else was up there?
No, I honestly did until this morning.
But would you think that Jack would do that?
That's why when I heard that, I was like, wait, what's happening? Yeah, I don't
was using cardboard.
Nick, no matter how much I love someone, if this was Jack and Jack was HOH and we were cool and everything was great and it was gung-ho with the plan, we were good.
Okay, time out. Let's just all be real. Jack would not be smart enough to use scissors to cut anything out. So this situation is a little bit ridiculous.
And then Jack turns around and said a weird little inside joke followed by a, but you'd never mess with me, right? I'd be feeling the same exact way.
But that wasn't meant to be.
Especially PMSing.
It wasn't even meant to be like that. I said, we're getting red flame no matter.
And Kemi said something to me.
About what?
Kemi was like, hey, you know what's going on? And I said, with what? Genuinely, had no idea what she was talking about.
He was using cardboard, Christie. I saw Nick sitting at the table with a cardboard heart, and it was about to be a flame, and now I'm totally confused if you're going on the block.
And she's like, with, the veto, and who's going to be going up?
Why would she know, out of all people?
Because maybe everybody's in on it. I don't know. So I said...
You're crazy.
Said, no, I don't know. Why? What are you trying to say? And she's like, do you think it's really going to be Nicole? And I said, well, no, I don't. I don't know. Why? And she's like,
why?
Well, just so you know, no matter what, me and you are friends, and I'm going to get back in this house, and I want to work with you. And I was like, this is a weird conversation right now. I didn't really understand what she was getting at. I feel like it was just a culmination of a few things that made me feel very paranoid. Yeah, I feel very weird.
Okay, great. Look, here's the moral of the story. Whether they had that sit down or not, I don't believe there was any way Kat was not using that POV. They didn't need to have that sit down. She was going to use it regardless, because she promised Nick that she would use it. I don't think any amount of crying from Christie in the last moments before the POV ceremony, which is going on right now, would have changed that. But I can only assume, I don't know, I've been live here with all of you, I can only assume that it's all fine now and everyone's great and it is going according to plan. I can't really talk, though. I would be paranoid if I was in that house, says Sandy. I agree. So, that's basically where we are at right now. We know that Kat has won the POV. She is going to use it. She is going to use it on Jessica. That Nick is going to now put Nicole up on the block. Nicole has no clue that the 6 shooters are all going to save her as of this moment. Come Thursday night, Nick and Bella are going to be blindsided. Nick will not be able to play for HOH. It will be all on Bella to win. If Bella does not win the HOH, it will basically be the entire house against Bella come this Thursday. Now, let me ask you this. Do any of you have any questions in the chat? I know that feeds just went down for all of you guys, but we've almost been live here going over all the latest drama for about the past hour and a half. So, if any of you have any questions, I will field your questions now. So much can happen. Oh, I completely agree, Michelle G. Thursday night is a long way away, but it doesn't change the fact of what is in the best interest of the 6 shooters, and what is in the best for the 6 shooters is for Cliff to be voted out. So they are going to want to get him out because of that. Yeah. So, hold on. I had to restart the chat. I'm sorry. My stupid thing just kicked out and I lost chat. Okay. OV clips. No, I did not find any of the OV clips. We will have that on the next show. I'm still worried for Nicole. You can be worried for Nicole. Nicole's not going to cause any drama. From your lips to God's mouth. Well, yes. All right, then. So if none of you have any questions, I think we just cleared everything. Like, we are literally up to the moment right now. So if you want to find out what happens after the POV ceremony, sure, something could still happen. Make sure you go over to yourrealityrecaps.com/bb21. There's the spoiler graphic in the middle of the page. You can click it. It will show you the current house status. And if you are on that page, you can check out all of our content over there. See where you're placing in the trash draft, flashback times, past shows with house guests like Matt Hoffman, these spoiler shows. So this I am going to post as an actual spoiler show on the website, but we are doing these shows daily over on TV Co. They will be at yourrealityrecaps.com/bb21 spoilers in their own playlist at the top, or they're also intermingled into the main playlist as well. If you guys are interested in being a live feed updater, yourrealityrecaps.com/updaters to come and be part of our team. Watch the feeds for free. If you're watching this in the future, you could have watched us doing it live over at yourrealityrecaps.com/tvco. Watch on the app, hang out, talk in chat, or you can watch on a web page as well. And yes, we are still doing our shows over on YouNow daily as well. If you want to help support our shows, consider becoming a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron for access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways, weekly shows just for patrons, or you could always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. And if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget, thumbs up and subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment below, 5-star rating and a nice review on iTunes is very much appreciated. Sharing our stuff, liking it across social media platforms, wherever you see it, getting your friends to watch the show, all great free ways for you guys to help and keep supporting these shows. We really, really appreciate it. I will be back here again tomorrow between 2 and 3. We will have all the updates as to what has gone down post POV ceremony. I will see all you guys then. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.